Hey there, it's Angie. I'm back like a bad penny. Anyway, you'll notice I am wearing the same t-shirt I was wearing in the live, if it's still up, if I haven't taken it down. I surprisingly made a live. I didn't know. I couldn't tell if I was live. So thank you for all of you who may have stumbled onto that and watched. I appreciate it. Sorry if it interrupted your day with the notification. Thank you to all 15 of my subscribers at this point. I appreciate you. But anyway, I'm laughing at myself just because that's just hilarious. I was just like sitting here and all of a sudden my phone went off and said Opposable Thumbs and Scissors is making a video. And I'm like, I'm Opposable Thumbs and Scissors. Oh, hey, we're live. So, oh gosh. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy watching the stupidity that is me, because that's all I got, folks. So, without further ado, I wanted to come on really quick and make a video about what to do. Let's go down. About what to do if you're having trouble with the flip. So, I just wanted to make just a really quick video. So, let's get going. Okay, let's clear it off. Every time I make a video, my sugar seems to go wonky because that's my pump alerting me that something's going on. Whatever. Okay. Let's turn that on. There you go. Okay, I have my thread continuous thread method. Let me just talk about that briefly. What you do is you wind your shuttle as normal. And then you would take your thread, don't cut it from the ball, go around your shuttle the wrong way like this until you have enough on the side winding of this shuttle that you think that would fill another shuttle. Then cut it from the ball and start on the end that you cut and thread a new shuttle with the cut side, starting with the cut side, going off until you clean off this shuttle, and then you'll have two shuttles together continuously wound if you want to do two shuttles continuous wind method. So just a little tip. But I thought I would, I'm working in the background on something that I think is a little bigger than I really wanted to chomp off at this point, but I'm in it, so I'm going to stick with it. I've been talking to Miss Jane Eberl. I've been talking with Miss Muskaan, and they've given me a lot of hints and tricks and tips about, I kind of wanted to go a little bit into the history of tatting and different ways of tatting. I stumbled across an old Bella Online document that said there were 7 methods that the author Georgia Seitz had written about. There were other ones that, just different, the Priscilla method, the new Priscilla method, the Reigo method, the reverse Reigo, all that kind of stuff. So I thought, if you're having trouble with the flip, this is what I'm going to be demonstrating today, as near as I can tell, the reverse Reigo method. That's what I'm going to call it today. As tatters, we have to name something 3 times. So it may also be called the new Priscilla method. It may also be called something else. It may also be called the Joe Bob method. I don't know. But for today, I'm calling it the reverse Reigo. So I'm going to do a ring, and then I'll do a chain. No big deal. Like I said, this is just going to be a quick video. So wrap for a ring is normal. However you normally wrap for a ring. Remember, there are different pinches. I pinch with thumb and first finger. If you pinch with thumb and second finger, you do what you like. I have my thread coming out as I look from the top. It's actually coming out the bottom right, but when I hold it to tat, when I flip it over where my thumb is, it comes out bottom left. Some people have their thread coming out top right or top left. It really doesn't matter. Tatter's preference is something you will probably get sick of hearing me say in all of my videos, because everything boils down to tatter preference. So, normally the way I have done it, the way I teach tatting is the way I do it, and you wrap and you go under over and make that first stitch. first half of the double stitch. Well, today, in what I'm calling the reverse Reigo method, and just a side note to all of you people who may be wondering, do you have to do continuous to do the reverse Reigo? Absolutely not. I just happen to have a continuous wound thing here, so I decided, hey, let's use this. It's convenient. So you wrap as normal for a ring. And then you, let me get a little bit more thread out here. You take it over your knuckle, a little bit more thread. Okay, over your knuckle and then kind of around and then up through that loop you just made. Now take your middle finger completely out. Pull your shuttle thread tight, lift up your middle finger, and look at there. It's already kind of, I don't want to say automatically flipped, but it really helps the flip happen. So there she blows. All right, let's do the second half. Second half, normally the way I do it is under over. But this, you're going to go under this thread back here and up through that loop. Take your middle finger completely out, pull your shuttle thread tight, put your middle finger back in. Look, that it kind of automatically flipped. I'm saying automatically flipped. I know that's not what's actually happening. You're actually flipping it, but it just seems like it forces the flip and makes it happen kind of unconsciously. And so then you would just take these two and put them together, and there you have your first double stitch, 2 legs and a belt. So if you are struggling with quote unquote my way, where I'm doing it like this, or as Jane would say, it's convoluted, too many maneuvers, then try this way and maybe it will help. So let's do another. So you lay it over, come up through that loop you're in effect making, take your middle finger out, pull it tight, lift your middle finger back into position, pull it down. Second half, go under here, up through, pull it tight, back up. Now, this movement that I'm doing is exaggerated. I'm sure that people who actually do this method don't have it so convoluted. I'm going to steal Jane's word, convoluted. So, there you go, first half. Second half, up through this. I'm going to try to turn my hand a little. Up through this. See that? Take your finger out, pull it tight. It sort of automatically flips. Put your finger back in, pull it down. We've made 3 while we've been chatting here. 3 double stitches. And this thread that I'm using is size 10, I believe Aunt Lydia's crochet cotton. So this is not tatting thread. This is what I would call practice thread, throwaway thread. It's great for practicing. Just keep in mind it probably won't slide a lot. And if you live in a humid area like I do, especially in the summer, and we don't have air conditioning, I know. I live in Illinois and it gets hot and humid. It's the humidity. But if this is humid, if your hands are wet and sweaty, well, if they're wet, dry them off. If they're sweaty, there's not a lot you can do. Try to have a fan on your hands or not tat when you're hot. But my point is that the moisture tends to make this even harder to work with because it's not a mercerized, gas singed, all that tatting thread. It's just a crochet cotton. So it tends to be a little harder to manipulate. But as you can see, our stitches do slide. So my loom is getting, and you open and close as normal. I'll say normal because that's the way I do it. But it's the same way. So we've only got 3 and that's not enough for a ring. So let's stop talking and go and get busy. So go around. I made that a little tight, I'm sorry. Up through there. And this is the way I have been shown. I'm sure there are other methods because there are other tatters. and then up through this way. I am hoping to demonstrate or get permission to link to another tatter. They did a different way. If you just search for different ways of tatting, I'm sure you'll stumble upon it. But I couldn't find any that specifically said reverse Reigo and demonstrated it. This is what I'm calling reverse Reigo. If I am wrong, feel free to correct me. Probably not going to change my mind and take down my video, but at least I'll know. How do you like that? Okay, so I've got one. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to move that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double stitches. Everybody see that? I'm going to try to hold still. 2 legs and a belt. This is variegated, so if you think that you could be losing your marbles and that looks like a different color, it is a different color. It's variegated slightly. It goes into pink a little bit somewhere around here, maybe down farther that way. But you can see it's kind of getting curly and whatnot. So, but it's good for practice. So I've got 5. Let's go. I don't know. See, I just started to do it. Okay, see, I'm demonstrating something else. We're going to go around and back up. Take your finger out. See, getting my things all confused. And then up through there. And I can see how this could really be quick and quicker than the way that I do it. So maybe I'll start doing it this way. I don't know. But this is a nice rhythmic way. And I'm trying to go very slow so you can see my hand movements. I think we've got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Go around, up through there, take your finger out, pull this tight, lift up your finger, and it automatically flips. I keep saying automatically. I know that that's not exactly correct, but it seems like magic to me, so I'm saying automatically. And then up through the bottom, pull it tight. Jane Eberall has given me permission to link to her blog post. So her method, which is very, very, very similar to this, if not the exact same. I'm not super great at reading diagrams or pictorial instructions, and that's what hers are on. So Jane, if I've butchered anything that I've done, please correct me and I'll take it down and correct it immediately. If you happen to see this or somebody can tell Jane I'm butchering her stuff. She's a lovely, lovely woman. I so enjoy talking to her. I love her to pieces. She's so funny. I just love her. But anyways, this is very similar to her pages, which I will put the link to under the video so that you all can go and enjoy. This is also very similar, I think, to the modern Priscilla method that was done in the pictures I saw. It was using a needle, but as a shuttle. So it was not needle tatting. Needle tatting has only really been around through what I've heard since the 1970s. It's a fairly new art form. So it's not like shuttle tatting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's plenty. And you post as normal. I mean, you post the same way. It's just putting your thread from the front to the back. Hold your stitches in the pinch and pull closed and around till 7, and then do the little floofy dance. And there you have a perfectly normal. Oops, except for when I pulled it closed, I pulled those stitches out of wonky at the other side, but that's okay. This is practice. We're learning. And because of the color, that does look quite a bit different. At least to me. Maybe it doesn't to you. But we're our own worst critics. Now we're going to reverse work. So top becomes bottom, bottom becomes top. Think of it like flipping pages in a steno book. You know, flipping up and down in a steno book, whereas turning is turning in a regular book. Reverse work steno, turn work regular book. So we're going to reverse work, and we're going to wrap for a chain, same as normal, around the pinky. I need to get a little more from my ball. Can you cooperate with me over there? Sorry for my big arm shot there. You can see my right arm. All right, so I just wrap it once around the pinky. I keep this fairly open. We're going to do the same thing, only in the shuttle. So we're going to go around, up through that opening we made, drop our middle finger, pull it tight, lift up our middle finger. And I have like 1.5 miles, so I need to choke up quite a bit. So I'm going to, whoop, and then I drop my shuttle. I think I need to go home. Oh, wait, I am. Okay. All right. Not so much thread. See, we got it under control. And we did snug that up quite close so that we would try to avoid as much gaposis as we could, but we'll see what happens. And then again, like you don't have the under thread like this, so it's the thread back here. So come up through this way, up, drop that middle finger, then put it back in, and there is your first double stitch. Let's do that again. Let's do it, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times. I always lie about how many I'm doing, so I'm just gonna not say a number. We're gonna go around the middle finger, up through that loop we've created, and you can pull and lift your finger at the same time. And there you go. And lift it back into position. It's a very slight movement. I kind of got that way out of whack there. I've got my loom too far open. Let's close that up just a bit. I don't need my middle finger to be straight. And then I'm going to turn my hand. So this is in between my middle finger and my ring finger. Okay? So you just take this and you're making a loop. See how your shuttle thread is then making a loop around? You're coming up through that circle. Okay, now I'm going to turn it right side up. And then you just drop your finger and lift it up. And see, it just, what I'm saying, automatically flips. And I know that it's not automatically flipping. You're forcing the flip. But just look at how easy that is. There are 2 double stitches. And we really haven't made a lot of movements. And I can see what Jane says. I have a lot of extra movements. I'm doing this, I'm going under and over, and I'm doing this and going under and over. To me, I have created my own little pattern of doing that, but I can see what she's saying. And they look exactly the same. You saw me just make a stitch using quote unquote my way or the normal way, the way I normally teach, and the way I will probably demonstrate from here on out. But I did want to give an extra, especially if you're struggling to see the flip or struggling to get it to flip. Here's an extra way to practice. In between, drop your middle finger, pull it tight, lift up, and it's automatically flipped for you. So you don't have to struggle so hard to get it to flip. And you don't have to remember over, under, all of that. You're going up, up. So there's this. There was, in the other video that I saw, she was also going up, up, but it was kind of she was making a loop somehow and then going down and then doing, so I need to research that a bit more. And if I can, I will demonstrate that. And if I get permission, I'll link to that video. I don't know if that person is even tatting anymore or anything. So, but make through, go up, lift that middle finger, and then go hide that tail, that long tail I had. That thread that's in between your middle finger and your ring finger, or your whatever's next to your pinch, you're going around that, you're going into the loop. Like if you just kind of think of this as a whole loop you're going around, and you're just going up through that loop. And then you're just dropping that out of the way, lifting it back, and see how that automatically, not automatically, I need to stop saying that, but it flips it kind of for you. So you don't have to really think about it. And this can get, you can get, I would say, pretty fast with this. If any of you are needle tatters and you are interested in Speedy Gonzalez tatting, check out Rusty Kate's videos. Holy smokes, I do not have permission. I have not talked to Rusty Kate at all because I'm not doing any needle tatting. But her videos, I watched one about how to go faster. Woo! She's not kidding. So she has a special way of needle tatting that beep, shit, bang. She goes incredibly fast. So again, we're kind of creating a loop around there. We're going up, drop, pull tight, lift up, and see you're forcing the flip. I'm going very, very slow. Hopefully you can all see that. Please comment if I'm going too fast, too slow. You know, I don't know. Feedback is always good. So not saying that I'll, you know, change. You can't please everybody, but if more than one person is saying, listen, you're annoying and you really need to change, then maybe that's something to look at. Okay, we've been talking, so let's check it out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By my count, and I could be wrong. I've been known to make mistakes. So then we pull, or snug, if you will, snug our stitches and try to create that arc that we want in a chain. And there you go. Oops, did I do that off camera? Yeah, yikes. So there's that. So, like I said, just a really quick little thing to hopefully help. And like I said, I'm calling it reverse Reigo. I could be wrong, but that's what I was taught was reverse Reigo. And there's our little half motif from a ring and a chain. Just a really, really quick, easy little thing. So if you are struggling with the flip, here's a different way that you can practice. And hopefully I will have an even, I almost said differenter. But hopefully I'll have an even different way to demonstrate, and I'll put those in maybe a special playlist of help, I can't flip. So obviously I'm feeling a little weird today, so forgive my antics. I hope that you are having an awesome day, and remember, you are the masters of the thread. You have opposable thumbs and scissors. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. It wouldn't stop recording. Okay, bye for real this time.